Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria and I do nails. So in this episode, I am actually going to show you absolutely everything from scratch to finish. From the beginning to the end. That might be a bit better to say. Anyway, so I haven't really shown a lot of my videos with removing the old set and adding a new set and prepping and everything. So this set is just that. I'm going to show you my full transformation from an sort of an infill to a full set. The reason I'm not doing an infill is because the client had a full-on ombre where I created from a builder gel myself. So the color that you see there is literally added to a builder gel. So when I remove the old set, I actually remove it 99%, if that makes sense. So what that means is what she's got left on her natural nail will only be the base that I've used as a protective layer before applying the builder gel. I don't know how to tell you this, but there are a few things in this video that I hope you either do or you want to do or you may need to do if you don't do it already. So if you're struggling with having lifting, for yourself or your clients, whoever you're doing it to, then this is a must see. The video is a little bit long, but not too long. So let me just double check how long. I think it's about 15 minutes long, so it's not that long. And I'm only leaving on this part only 2 nails because then I don't want to bore you with repetitive procedures. And right, so after I remove the gel, I'm shaping the natural nail and buffing the area. As I did mention before, I did leave the base on top. So now when I'm removing, I did speed this up. So please don't think I am destroying my client's nails. I'm not. It's literally just buffing it. I'm using a 180 grit file for this and it's very lightly buffed. Now, the first tip that I want to say is my client's nail has ridges in some of her nails, and so when you do buff, you are bound to get some lifting, and the reason for that is the ridges are obviously higher than the natural nail. So when you do buff, you buff the ridges mostly. And for me, because I'm a nail specialist, I don't really want to go crazy on the natural nail because my intent is to really grow out the natural nails and make it stronger through this process where you literally just protect the natural nail using gels. Right, so you do all these steps to make sure that it's disinfected, it's protected, and it's not really buffed that badly to think that, oh, the gel's not going to stick to the natural nail if it's not buffed in properly. Well, it's if you buff it in properly, you don't need to actually file the natural nail that much. So taking that into consideration, please do be careful when you do file the natural nail, because if you thin it out a lot, then a normal growth level would be between 6 to 8 months for the natural nail. And if you thin it out, then that client's either going to feel the thinness, her nails are not going to grow strong and natural and healthy. And you don't want to actually go through that. So please look, the first most important step is when you buff the natural nail. You don't have to do a ton. You just have to make sure that there's no shine on it. That's it. Now we're really almost at the end of the filing, not the filing, the cuticle work, but as you probably saw while I was talking, is you file the cuticle, not the natural nail. Okay, so when you go with a file like that, you barely touch the natural nail. You mostly go in rotation, like circular motion towards, like upwards on the cuticle rather than on the nail, if that makes any sense. If you want more details or a detailed video on how you should file, let me know and I will do a quick like micro video on the cuticle work, if that's what you really need to understand a bit better, because my explanations are crap anyway. I do understand. I am really working really hard to make this work. Anyway, as you saw me when I was doing the cuticles, I lift them up using the e-file, and that way this step over here is very, very easy to do. I think using this technique, it's kind of impossible for you to cut someone's live skin where you get blood. You do have the odd clients where they really, really prone to bleeding no matter what, but I haven't had I haven't had a lot of that happening. And I've got to say it could be because of this, because since I started doing this technique, like lifting it up with my e-file, I've increased my chances of not cutting any client. This step over here is sort of dehydrator and disinfectant. And I use this because it really does help my clients' natural nails. It does protect them as they grow, and because I don't file the crap out of them, that's what I name it. Because I don't file that badly, I have proof that these are my clients' natural nails. So they have never seen this length before, and they have all been extremely pleased with the outcome. So they've been coming to me for 3 months, 5 months, 8 months. I've got clients that have come in every 3 weeks for an infill for the past year almost, and they have been truly happy, because the reason they came to me is because they wanted the strength of the natural nails. They wanted the natural nails to grow. They didn't want extensions. They just wanted the natural nails. And some of my clients have now decided to go just clear builder gel rather than color and design, just because they want to enjoy their own beautiful growth of their natural nails, and they truly love it. It's a bit of a bummer to me because I love doing nail art and everything, but I'm also so pleased to see their faces, and the way they always so pleased to come back and just tell me all about how people have praised their natural nails and no one believed that they were their actual natural nails. Anyway, so those steps were prep, prime, and now I'm coming in with base. What I've realized is going in thin with a base is definitely a big yes, and the reason for that is, I don't know if there's a reason for that. I just know that it helps a lot with adhesion. So because I do these steps so thinly, and as you can see here, I just put a tiny drop of base and then I spread it out with an actual brush. The reason I do that is because I've seen a big improvement in the lifting process. That's one step. The next step is the builder gel. When you come in with a builder gel, do a very thin layer, a thin coat. Don't cure it, just do the thin coat everywhere. Make sure you do get very close to your cuticles, but don't touch them, and on the sides of your nails as well. Now when you're coming with your blob of gel, that first layer that you've put down will also help the gel to get into the right areas, and then you're coming with a thinner brush where obviously you can direct the gel where it needs to go. Now the reason why I'm doing these steps, as I said, one is because of lifting. This helped me tremendously. So my lifting is almost down to 0. I do have the odd clients, of course, everyone does, but that also depends on the client's jobs and what they do. But most of, I think 98% of my clients are all lifting, like lift free. I don't know how you call it. Like they've got no lifting whatsoever. And I have clients who came in 8 weeks after their infill, even though I do not recommend that to anybody due to the health of the natural nail being with the same gel for such a long time. I don't recommend it to anyone, but they have come with absolutely no lifting whatsoever. And I do believe it's because of these steps that I do here. Now, the second reason why I do maneuver the gel beautifully on all corners and all sides of the nail is because it saves me on the filing. So when I first started doing nails, or let's say for the first 3-4 months of doing nails, I didn't have a lot of clients, and the filing would take me, not the filing, sorry, the whole process would take me about 3, maybe even 4 hours. Now, because I've cut down and I've practiced on the filing and the gel application and obviously the cuticle work, this has saved me at least half of that time. Like literally has. I've finished this set in about 1 hour and 55 minutes, which would normally take me about three and a half hours for. So the gel application took me only about 15 minutes, and then the filing took me about 5 minutes. So that's a big time saver. That's yeah. And of course we chat, because we've got a beautiful, amazing client who likes to be where she is at the moment, and so we talk about everything, and we talk a lot, and we laugh a lot. And yeah, that may add on to the time, but it doesn't add on to the time you actually work. So this is a close-up of the thumb. I really hope you get to see it properly, but that's literally the thing I'm trying to show you, is that the gel application is so important, and if you do it properly, it saves you so much time and saves the client from having to call you and tell you like they've got lifting, they lost a nail, an extension, they lost the gel, or even worse, they actually hurt themselves because the gel wasn't done properly. You don't want any of that, and thankfully I haven't had anyone do that, but I did spend about 5 years trying to learn the benefits of the gel to the natural nail, how to best apply it, and how this will best sort of influence the natural nail and the growth. After I've applied the builder gel, of course, I remove the tacky layer, and then I am buffing and shaping again. The next step I'm doing is a little bit different, because normally this is where you come in with the color and the design and you're done. But the reason I'm buffing a little bit more is because she wanted a milky white, which I had in a rubber base format, so I didn't have it in color because the color was a bit too much white for her. So we went with the rubber base, where it was a lot more milkier than what we it was exactly what my client wanted, so that's what we went for. And because of that, I really wanted to buff the natural nail a bit more when I shaped it. As you can see over there, I normally don't do this much, but coming in with rubber base, I did need a very matte surface, something that they can cling onto. Like the rubber base needs to cling onto matte, obviously, so no shiny surface allowed. But that's literally it. That one hand, I don't know if the whole hand took 5-6 minutes. Honest, I don't think it did. It was very quick. I know I'm speeding this up because I don't want to get you all bored, but yeah, very quick thing. Now this is my rubber base, and I am applying it like this. At first I'm adding a little bit of a blob in there just to check the density, how deep that my client wants the white to be. And then when she said, no, the normal way, you don't need to add the blob, then I just went along with just very quick application, and I was done. When that's complete, I think I am leaving the whole 5 nails for this, so you can see, because maneuvering the gel and obviously getting very close to cuticle, it shows a very beautiful result at the end, which is what you really want. First and foremost, it looks nice, and second of all, I don't know how long you stay or your client stays before an infill. My clients stay about 3 weeks, but they can stay up to 4. Sometimes I'm okay with 4, even though I don't suggest staying 4 because of the gel and obviously the thickness of the gel, that it can cause some problems. I haven't had that yet, but I did hear some stories of it. So I always suggest to my clients 3 weeks infill. Anything over 3 weeks, what I do is I file about 99% of the gel. So that's close to a full removal and a new set altogether. The reason for that is because I want to make sure that the natural nails are nice and healthy. Anyway, so I'm literally almost done with this, and then I'm coming on with the design. So if you have lasted this long, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. It is free, and of course, if you do enjoy the content, why not? Get notified by clicking that bell and like this video. That shows me that I'm doing something right and someone's learning something, or I'm just blabbering on my own, which is fine either way, because Someone must like me blabber. I do hope this video and my other videos do help. And if you are already a nail tech and you know all of this, then maybe some nail art inspiration that I've got, and I'm gonna just pop into the corner on, what is it, the right side corner. I'm gonna pop some nail inspiration, nail art designs that I've been creating throughout the years that you might enjoy recreating or getting some ideas from it. Right, so this is where I start with creating the rose, and yeah, I have to tell the client to put her hand in the lamp for just a couple of seconds so the gel can stay in one place. I don't want all the rose petals to meet and touch, so I do kind of like 2-3 petals, and then I send my client to the lamp for a couple of seconds and then back again. I will let you watch this. This is quite self-explanatory, and I hope you guys can see it properly. But of course, it's not just the rose. I'm not done. I'm gonna create a lot more, so keep on watching. I'll come back if there's anything new that I need to explain or talk about. Okay, so now I'm finishing with the rose and the leaves, and I'm coming in with this gold gel. It's from EMI. I love this gel. It's absolutely amazing, and the pigmentation is very nice. So I'm coming in and creating this, you know, the bowl looking thing that was well, the rose, like the Beauty and the Beast rose was in this bowl. I don't even know the name of it, but it was on. So I'm trying to create something that sort of signifies that. I hope that makes sense. But as always, I am asking my client to cure for a little bit, just because I want my gel to show a different abstract. So adding these sort of lines like this shows at the end it looks more like a shell. So, and I think that came out really nice. And yeah, and then we repeat the same one on the opposite nail, but of course we're not done, so don't leave just yet. What I'm doing right now is I'm just making it a little bit thicker, and then I'm coming in with some Swarovski crystals, and I'm adding them at the top. And yeah, so you're going to see all that process. What I do is I put the crystal gel on, and then on top of it and around the rest of the nail, I'm coming in with my top coat. The reason I do that is because it's going to be quite difficult to add top coat after without touching the crystals. Well, for me, it's quite difficult. I find it easier to just do this step rather than going in 2 steps, and it's perfectly fine. My client's close to her 3 week now. She's got her appointment with me in 2 days, and her crystals are still on, and everything's still perfectly fine. I hope nothing happens in the last 2 days now, but so far I've spoken to her and all is good. So this is working for me, and if it does for me, it might work for you too. Saves you some time as well, rather than doing 2 cures, like 2-minute cures or 1-minute cure in the lamp. Might as well just go with 1. So now choosing my crystal. Well, I've already chose the crystals that she wanted, which is a gold, and then is the ABS crystals, I believe I chose on the sides. Yep, and then I'm coming in with some micro beads just in between those 3 crystals, and I believe that would be it for this nail. But stick around, because I am going to create Belle's dress as well on one of the other nails. So you might be interested in seeing that. If you are, yay! I really did struggle with the dress a little bit because I was going through, like, I was looking at a picture, and to be honest, it was not easy. I think this was a lot easier than doing the dress. I don't know why I found it so hard to do. But in the end, I really liked the finish, and I was really, really happy. I mean, I did struggle because I wanted it to look the way it did, and I'm glad I managed to get there. So, yeah. By the way, micro beads, those little tiny beads, they're pissing me off sometimes. They don't want to stay where I put them, and they get stuck on my tool there, and it's making me sweat even looking at it. So but anyway, if you don't like it, keep putting it on fast speed ×2 or something, even though I think I've already put it on ×2. Oh god. Right, yes, I'll let you watch, and I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be like the last few bits, and then I'm getting into the other nail. So see you soon. Talk to you after. Bye. Didn't go that far, and I wasn't gone for too long. Anyway, yeah, so this is the start of how I thought it's gonna go nice and smooth, and it didn't, because then I was like, oh crap, this looks more like an umbrella than a dress, and how am I gonna do, what am I gonna do to change the aspect of it? And then there we go, I've crossed the line over there. I'm telling you, I feel like I've struggled doing this dress for a little while, even though it's sped times, like, what should I say? Let me see. 3.5. So 3.5 times faster than my normal speed. So you can imagine. But yeah, I'm telling you that the struggle was really real, and I don't know why, because it's just a simple dress. It's not complicated at all. But trust me, this is not the end. You'll see how I'm gonna make it look spot on, beautiful. So my advice is, please don't stress if you struggle. My clients are sort of one of the best people that no, that makes no sense. So let me say this like this. My clients are great. They really do appreciate my work. They do appreciate my price, and they have stuck with me, as I said, for a good while. And that makes me so happy, knowing that I am, they know my worth and they appreciate my work. And so even though it looks really, really, really weird at the beginning, they never stress. It's like, don't worry. If I stress, they're the ones that telling me don't stress, because it's going to come out great. And they're always right, because at the end, I'm really happy with the result. They are really happy with the result. And yeah, guys, keep on trying. Everyone's a starter. Everyone starts somewhere. And if you want more tips and tricks and stuff like that, don't forget to subscribe. Comment below. Let me know if you want to know anything specific that you're probably struggling with or you'd like to try. I can help you with that. That's why I'm uploading videos. It's for anyone that needs help or ideas, or they're stuck on something, or they want to get rid of a bad habit of some sort. I've had loads anyway. It's all about practice and time. But anyway, we're almost at the end, and I'd like to say a big thank you for those who have stayed to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you have enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Don't forget, I upload every Thursday, 5 p.m. UK time. And yeah, can't wait to show you my next one. Bye.